As the government wants to die because it's a partnership. Now, sometimes people say, well, why do they tell you on CNN to continue to stretch and do RMDs? And I go, okay, who's funding CNN? Those are tax revenuers, government revenuers. Why would they want to kill a partnership where they continue to get 1/3 or even 1/2 of everything you will ever keep earning on that account? Why would they get rid of that kind of a partnership? What a sweet deal that is. And so I have to teach people to perform a strategic rollout. You get the money out of those IRAs or 401ks sooner than later. You get the taxes over and done with at today's lower rates while your account values are less, rather than waiting and paying taxes at higher rates on higher account values. And then you take the net after-tax money, and you do this usually over a 5-year period, or what most strategic rollouts are spread out over. That you take the net after tax and you put it into something that's going to be tax-free from now on the rest of your life, and generate tax-free income. And at the end of the day, when you pass away, it blossoms, it increases in value and transfers income tax-free, usually reimbursing you many-fold for any of the taxes you paid. These are called strategic rollouts. In a nutshell, I have saved people $250,000, $500,000, $750,000. I saved one couple 1.2 million of unnecessary tax doing this. We took one couple in California from the highest tax bracket to a 0% tax bracket in 5 years. When they came to us, they had $6 million in IRAs or 401ks. They bit the bullet, paid $2 million in tax over a 5-year period. They netted $4 million into their laser funds. That doubled to $8 million in 7 years. They now have $8 million tax-free, generating $600,000 to $800,000 a year of tax-free income. Folks, we do this all the time. I don't want you to miss out. I can get 40 to 60% of your retirement income off of the front page of your 1040 tax return. The IRS will know you're still receiving it, but they'll know it's tax-free. So if you live in the greater San Francisco Bay Area and you want to learn how to do this, join us for a free half-day educational event. These are normally $600 and we're waiving tuition. These are free. They're called Retire by Design. When you come, I gift you over 500 pages of curriculum free when you come. We are coming to teach in San Mateo, Mountain View, Livermore, Alamo, and the Sacramento area. We will be in San Mateo at the Poplar Creek Golf Course, March 15th. That's a Wednesday in the morning. That afternoon in Mountain View at the Shoreline Golf Links, Wednesday afternoon. The next day we're in Livermore at the Poppy Ridge Golf Course, March 16th, Thursday morning. That afternoon in Alamo at the Round Hill Country Club, Thursday afternoon. The next day we're in Sacramento area at the Granite Bay Golf Club, Friday morning. Call now and register. The number's 1-888-76-RADIO, 1-888-767-2346. Register at 1-888-767-2346, 1-888-767-2346, 888-76-RADIO. This is Three-Dimensional Wealth Radio. Hi, Doug Andrew here. I've been blessed to have many books that I've written become bestsellers, but my most recent book, The Laser Fund, I'm most excited about. I would love for you to have a copy of this book because it teaches how to diversify and create the foundation for a tax-free retirement. I have spent years, in fact, it's over 45 years of experience helping people optimize financial assets, minimize unnecessary tax, and empower their true or authentic wealth. This book is so unique because it's actually in one. There's over 200 pages from a left brain approach. If you're the reading and getting numbers and charts and graphs, there's over 200 pages of illustrations explaining why the laser fund can be the best solution for all kinds of financial objectives, from college funding to retirement to emergency funds, for business or personal or real estate. And if you're more a right-brain person, you aren't really into numbers, you learn by stories, you flip this book over and you read it the other pages that contains like 62 chicken soup for the financial financial soul stories, actual client examples. We change their names to protect their privacy, but you will learn by reading stories and examples of how they powered themselves financially by using the laser fund. So call now, 1-888-76-RADIO is the number, and you can attend one of our educational events, and I will gift you a copy of the laser fund. That's 1-888-76. Please join us and learn. Read my book. Call 1-888-767-2346. That's 888-767-2346. IUL is sort of like a bucket designed to hold and grow cash tax-free. Welcome back. This is Doug Andrew, Three-Dimensional Radio. If you're just joining us, in the previous segment, I was talking about how people need to learn to do a strategic rollout, not a rollover, sooner than later. If you have money that is accumulated and yet to be taxed IRAs and 401ks, especially invested in the market, because Wall Street is designed to create predictable cash flow or income. In fact, Dalbar, who studies investor behavior, sadly tells us that the average retiree with money in the market, in IRAs and 401ks, is only earning 3.49% on the average. If they would buy and hold and not panic when the market crashes, they might earn 9% and net 6% after tax. That's still unacceptable to me. But unfortunately, when the market starts to go down, and people are retired and their nest egg is sitting there losing 20, 25, 30% of the market, they sell low. And then they wait until the market comes back up and they buy high. And so they're only averaging 3.5%. That is why the financial services industry came out with a 4% rule. They only want you to pull out 4% a year because they don't want you to sue them or you outliving your money. And it's that you have to sign a waiver, a hold harmless agreement, if you withdraw more than 4% of your nest egg with most asset managers, with most broker-dealers. And that's pretty pathetic. I don't accumulate $1 million nest egg to have a measly $40,000 a year of income, and I have to pay tax on that, even in a 25% tax bracket. I pay $1,000 a year. I pay tax of $10,000, 25%. I net $30,000 to buy gas and groceries. And then I realize the asset manager is charging me 1% management fee on that $1 million. That's another $10,000. So if you subtract taxes and fees, you're only netting ridiculous. My favorite vehicle, which I call the laser fund, is a properly structured, max-funded, indexed universal life insurance contract structured to give you living benefits for tax-free income, where every $1 million in an IUL contract structured correctly can generate $80,000, $90,000 a year without depleting principal. How much better is $90,000 than $30,000 out of your IRAs or 401ks? It's 300% more, and it's totally tax-free. This is why I'm very passionate about teaching people how to do this. So I compare these max-funded universal life insurance contracts structured correctly to a bucket. Okay, now this bucket, two sort of faucets that are feeding it. One is the money you put into it, and the other the interest that you are earning, and it's totally tax-free. And so you bucket so that you will have the highest net rate of return possible. This was the brainchild of E.F. Hutton clear back in 1980. They weren't an insurance company, they were a brokerage firm, but they realized that some of the best money managers in the entire world are the multi-trillion-dollar insurance companies and the industry. This is where banks and credit unions put 30 to 40% of their Tier 1 assets, liquidity and safety, where banks borrow your money. When you put it in the bank, they're sort of borrowing your money, and they pay you immediately 1%. Every $1 million they borrow, they pay $10,000. They put it in insurance companies and earn 5%. How much more is 5% qualified than one. It's 5 times. They make 15, and they only have to pay you $10,000. That's a 500% return. Well, the middleman and put your money into one of these, and so picture right now with me a bucket. And so you're putting the money in you want to put in there. You can put in $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $10,000 while you're funding the bucket. But let's say that you put in $500,000 over a certain time period, and the IRS says in order for it to qualify to be tax-free under the tax laws, you have to have a minimum amount of insurance attached to the account. You could buy a whole bunch of life insurance for $500,000, but that's not your objective. You want the least amount of insurance the IRS will let you get away with. And so the law says it's about double that, about $1 million. But if you put in $500,000 and the minimum death benefit's $1 million, actually that $500,000 can qualify as part of the death benefit. The insurance company's only going to charge you for the differential between the original death benefit, the $1 million, and the $500,000 you have in there. And so, you ever seen an insurance policy that gets cheaper as you get older? This one does. This one, you self-insure. When that $500,000 doubles in about 7.5 years, how do you do that? Well, during most of my lifetime, since 1980, on my IUL indexed insurance contracts, I've averaged 9.62%. Rounding down to 9.6, divided into the rule of 72, your money doubles every 7.5 years. So when $500,000 double to $1 million, your insurance is taken care of. You now have the money. This is like buy term invest the difference on steroids. You're within maybe 12 years. So there's no more cost for the insurance because your cash equals the death benefit. And if you ever die after that, the insurance company pays more than your cash, but your $1 million will double in another 7.5 years to $2 million, and then to $4 million, then to $8 million. We have people who started out with $500,000, they have $8 million now. Whenever you want to start taking out income, every $1 million can generate about $100,000 a year of tax-free income. We have a couple in California that took their money out of bit the bullet in 5 years, and they rolled it out, paid $2 million in tax. The net of $4 million went into these buckets, and they doubled to $8 million in 7.5 years. They now have actually more than $8 million, but $8 million bucks can generate $800,000 a year of income. They only need $300,000 on, but it's all tax-free. We took them from the highest tax bracket to a 0% tax bracket. Now people say, well, how come that's tax-free? Well, it's because of Internal Revenue Code Section 72E, 7602, and 101A. I teach these in our event, Retire by Design. And if you don't come and learn how to accumulate, access, and transfer your money tax-free under those 3 sections of the code that have been around for 108 years in one form or another, and you will learn how to comply with tax citations that will allow you to accumulate your money tax-free until you want to start living off of it. And whether it's $1 million or $2 million or $4 million or $8 million, when you're ready, you can pretty much get an 8 to a 10% payout when you do it the smart way, as we teach in these educational events, without depleting your principal. But it ends up being double, triple, even quadruple when most people were going to I had a real estate landlord that came to us, and he had $600,000 in his IRAs and 401ks, and his advisor wanted him to take 4%. Well, $24,000 in a 33% tax bracket, he paid $8,000 of that in tax. He was only netting $16,000 when he came. His advisor said, well, you can buy gas and groceries on that. You've got these rental properties that are giving you income. Well, in 5 short years, we got his $600,000 out of those IRAs or 401ks, actually with no tax consequence, because I'm a tax strategist, and it actually grew in that 5-year period to $750,000. That $750,000 is now generating anywhere from $60,000 to $75,000 a year. How much more is $60,000 than $16,000? We double, triple, even quadruple your net spendable income. I don't want you to be left out. If you want to come and check out how to set up your own bucket, so to speak, that will accommodate the money that you want to put in there and be able to grow it tax-free and generate tax-free income, you will be blown away with how powerful this is. One of these, we have many clients that have several. So if you live in the greater San Francisco Bay Area, ready to jot down the cities and the dates we're coming to teach free half-day educational events called Retire by Design. We're waiving the normal $600 tuition free. When you come, I will gift you over 500 pages of curriculum free when you come. We are coming to teach in San Mateo, Mountain View, Livermore, Alamo, and the Sacramento area. We're going to be in San Mateo at the March 15th. That's a Wednesday in the morning. That afternoon in Mountain View at the Shoreline Golf Links, March 15th. Livermore at the Poppy Ridge Golf Course, March 16th, Thursday morning. That afternoon in Alamo at the Round Hill Country Club. The next day we're in the Sacramento area at the Granite Bay Golf Club, March 17th, Friday morning. Call now and register at 1-888-76-RADIO. Register at 1-888-767-23. That's 1-888-767-2346. 346 1-888-767-2346. This is Three-Dimensional Wealth Radio. Hi, Doug Andrew here. You know, as a financial analyst for more than 45 years, I finally have dedicated the last 2 years to writing the ultimate book, The Laser Fund, How to Diversify. The foundation for a tax-free retirement is my favorite vehicle, and we have collected over 200 pages of charts, graphs, and illustrations to empower you. And if you're more right-brain, you learn by stories. You flip the book over, and you read it the other direction. It contains 62 stories of actual clients who've employed the Laser Fund to diversify and save hundreds of thousands of dollars of unnecessary tax. I want to gift you one when you attend my next event. Register 1-888-76-RADIO. That's 1-888-767-2346. Call 888-767-2346. Attend my event to get your book.
The preceding program is being sponsored by Three-Dimensional Wealth. The views, opinions, and beliefs expressed are those of Three-Dimensional Wealth and do not necessarily reflect those of the staff, management, and/or ownership of Q Media or its partners.
I didn't think it was possible to meet someone like Susan. We just clicked after realizing we each have a strong sense of self and share the same core values in life.
After taking our advanced personality test, Daniel and Susan matched on Silver Singles, the secure dating site for 50-plus singles who know what they want. Sign up today at silversingles.com/romance. That's silversingles.com/romance.
Paid actors representing true customer testimonials.
Getting your guaranteed maximum refund with TaxSlayer feel like saddling up and chasing down that big old cash cow. Look at all that money! File for free with TaxSlayer, simply free, and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer, file fearlessly.
This is Lane Shipman of Shreve & Company.
Lane's a member of the fourth generation of his family committed to preserving the highest standards and the finest quality of jewelry in America.
From San Francisco and Palo Alto
To Greensboro, North Carolina.
you've told us that you prefer high standards and fine quality.
You have kept true craftsmanship alive in America.
Our family
In Palo Alto, perfectly situated in the Stanford.
Feel you right, left, or you're somewhere in the middle. Start your day with Armstrong and Getty on KSFO. And it's Bongino, Hannity, Levin, and Shapiro. This is the Bay Area's home for conservative talk. 560 KSFO San Francisco, a Cumulus Media station.